welcome back to my channel here from sunny Australia. Yeah, today I just wanted to do a little review of the koi food I'm using. Now I promised I would do a couple of times, and yeah, today I'll do it, and yeah, I'll let you know, is it any good and am I still very happy with it, or has it a little bit changed my opinion. So that comes up in the next few minutes. I just did all my water checks. I'll show you how they're going, and yeah, it's not a long, I hope it's not going to be a long video. It's a quick short review of the food, my water, how the pond's going, any dramas on. I'm happy. I can say straight away, I'm very happy with my ponds at the moment. I got the pH and KH under control and in good levels in the ground pond. The main pond, I'm having it in the safe level, but I would like to have it a little bit higher in the KH. It's just bouncing in the 2-degree mark, and the pH is about 6.8. So I like to get that into the 7 range. So today I will get another bucket of KH buffer, basically bicarbonate, to put it in. And yeah, as I said before in the previous video, I was too late with the normal carbonate to put in. That slowly dissolves. I should have done it in the winter before the feeding started, so that the KH would automatically rise up and be ready for the feeding. So lesson learned, this winter I'll have it straight away in there. Well, okay, let me turn you around and go into this little review. Good, we're back, and just a little quick look at the pond. The main pond is all going great. So you can see the plants up there, they're just going gangbust. Here the big water hibiscus, that's going really amazing. And yeah, I have still a few spots I can put plants in. I think there's 3 spots or 4 spots I still can put plants in. I will fill them in for next year. But yeah, they're going really good, and I think this is one of the reasons for my water quality, plus the low levels of algae I have here in this pond. I mean, I have, as I mentioned it in previous videos, I've hardly any growth on the walls. I don't know if you can see it. I'll make an underwater recording done track, and you will see. But I have hardly any growth in the pond, and it's not because of koi are nibbling it off. I think it's mainly because the nitrate level is very low. So yeah, just before I got interrupted, so yeah, the nitrate levels are very low. So I just measured just 20 minutes ago. I did all my water testing. Look like a chemist here on my table. But yeah, nitrate is doesn't show up in the vials, in the testing vials. So that's the first time I have no nitrate measurable in my vials. Of course, there's a little bit of nitrate in there. It has to, but it's not in the vials. So I have a bit of phosphate. Yep, that's normal. About 5 ppm of phosphate is in there, and yeah, that's why I can see that all these plants are amazingly growing. And can only say that the water quality is just stunning. We have never had it so clear in the pond. I don't know if it shows up on the camera how clear it is to the ground. Even But yeah, main pond, I'm super stoked with it. And when we come to the growing pond, that one is doing fine too. Still haven't pruned these plants back, but it's the job I do today. Promise myself. But yeah, they're doing good too. The Ginwin check I want put in the main pond next week. He's not going that big, and I still need to offload a couple of those. Okay, this is from here. Oh yeah, same thing here. Nitrate, it's not measurable. I think this plant there must suck most of it out. Ammonia, nitrate, they are fine. Nitrate, I never had problems, and I put that down to my brush filters. I never had any spikes in nitrate since I have these ponds. Ammonia, depending when you measure, there's always a slightly bit in there, but that's okay. Otherwise, all other measurements are good. So as you can see, I have all my ledger. It all gets written in here, and then I later transfer it into the Koi pond or Koi app. But yeah, as you can see, the ammonia is 0.1 ppm there, nitrate 0. Oh no, ground pond has 2 ppm nitrate. So yeah, that, and that's of course it's not a surprise because it's a smaller pond, less plants. pH, KH are good, 7.6, 3 degree. Salinity is almost down to 0.07. Temperature, this one is colder. This pond here is 22.5, where the main pond is 26. Because the last couple of days had warm days, so that's but this one is always a bit lower because it's not in full sun. Yeah, and then the phosphate 5 ppm. O2 is 5.9. Roughly, I don't have a really good measure device, so I put it back in there, but it gives me always an indicator. That's how I see that measure device, an indicator, is it fluctuating badly or not. So yeah, and here, this is the main pond. Same thing, ammonia 0.1, nitrate 0, nitrate 0.2. And here, the only thing I have here is the pH and the KH, 6.6, 2.5. So that's what I'm working on. Oh, that's it. Okay, that's all about now the ponds. Let's go to the koi food. And first, I have to say one thing. I'm still on the Porpoise Koi food, as you see there. That's the mix bag I had from last year from the Koi show. That I use for the winter. But as I said, these 10 kilo bags, and they called, as you see, Koi Hobbyist Premium Koi Food Pro Series. That is the same food. To make this disclaimer, it is the same food as the Porpoise, but it's the own branding. The people that import it here to Western Australia, they branded it with their own name, and has certain reasons for it, but we're not going onto that. It's the same food, and it is, I think, is the best food I've ever had. Make this from the beginning clear. I had sake haikari, I had the kiramaki. They're all good foods. I used, like every one of us, to save money. Of course, I trial even with the cheap ones. doesn't work. Too much waste in the water, discoloring of the water, and all these things you get with the cheaper ones. There's Saki Hikawi and Kirameki were on a similar level once came into the waste in the pond. This food here, the porpoise, I'll have to say the waste is hardly noticeable. There is of course a little waste, and I'm not sure if it's coming actually from the porpoise or from my sinking food that's mixed in, the frenzy goldfish koi fish food. What is, I need to say as well, a really good food, but I mix it only in because it is a high protein food. It has really good ingredients in there. I can't read it, so let me get my glasses. But yeah, I mix it on probably what I do is I do 2 cups, big cups of 2 cups of this, 1 cup of this. I'll mix it always in this feeder, but you know, so this mix is super color enhancing and the super growth. I'll mix it together half in my big bucket, and then I'll have this. When I fill up the feeders, I'll basically take out of my bucket 2 cups of the porpoise or Koi Hobbyist into that feeder, and then 1 cup of the frenzy fish food that goes then into the feeder, and I mix it through, and that's all until the feeder is full. So with this here, now I can read it. I mean, if you zoom it in later, you can read it yourself. So I got the 4mm size sinking. The protein is 47 to 50%. It's a high protein, high fat, crude fibers. But it has everything. It's fish meals. It's less of weeds and stuff in there. So I like that very much. It sinks. I'll mix it in, because then the koi, they like to eat from the floor. They eat it from the floor, and so everyone has something, gets something to eat. But back to the fish food, the waste. In the past, I used to have quite a bit of waste on the floor. In the morning, I would come in the morning and I would have quite a bit of waste, and then over the day it would disappear. Now these days, I don't know if I can zoom it in. I try. You see that little bit of waste there near the bottom right? That is as much as I get, a couple dots, and that could be coming from the sinking food and not even from the Koi Hobbyist. But it is just a little bit in there. Mainly the floor is clean. The same as on the ground pond where I now use it. That has a little bit more, and I think that has to do with temperatures, because the temperature is much higher in the main pond, and so probably the waste or the food conversion rate is higher with a higher temperature than to the ground pond. But I would say it's probably only maybe, and it's coming into percentage, maybe 10% more waste in the ground pond on the floor than it's here on the main pond. So the side, swim it back again. This koi food is amazing, and I'll just pause you for a second. Okay, I'm back. So the next part is more for people that live here in Western Australia and they want to purchase this food. You know, there are a couple now people that you can purchase the porpoise koi food from. I get it, the Koi Hobbyist food, I get it from basically two hobbyists themselves. One is, his name is Eddie, and as you see the number, and there's Alan Pack. Those two, they distribute the koi food, the hobbyist here in WA. It is, compared to all the other ones, really cheap, but it is, as I said, an amazing good food, and I will stay with it as long as I can get it. So because it's the best one I've ever seen for my ponds. The waste has never been that less. I'm not saying they're not making waste, but it must be a different waste, maybe just very fine and it disappears straight away or something. It is just, yeah. And the water quality is really good. Plus, these kois, I love it. They just go for it. The only thing I noticed, and I don't know if other people have the same, it's not a problem, but same behavior of the kois. They, here in the main pond, it's different to the ground pond, and I have a theory about it. I'll mention it in a minute. My kois don't like eating before 11 o'clock. I don't know why it is, but I had it always on 9 o'clock and then 10 o'clock. And I noticed that before 11 o'clock, they do not like to really eat. They eat a bit, but then they shy away again, and then the food just goes into the skimmer or ends up somewhere in the corner where they eat it later. I noticed that 11 o'clock is the time they go for it, and that's why I changed my feeding time. So it goes 11 on and it finishes at 6 in the evening, 6 p.m. That's when they are ravenous after the food. They literally go for it big time. But early in the morning they don't like it. I have a theory that has to do with the sun, that maybe while the sun is in this particular angle and it's too bright, they don't like eating it. And it doesn't matter what kind of food we put in, they just don't have the appetite for some reason. Okay, so yeah, this is my take on the Porpoise and the Koi Hobbyist koi food. Both the same, from the same supplier, just different bags. So Alan and Eddie supplying this food. They made their own bags. They're sealed bags, and you get this sealed bag, and then it's sealed again inside with another bag, and then they come. The big bag is then still wrapped around another sort of plastic Hessian bag, so that they're really well packed. And yeah, I can only speak about this koi food very highly. So if you can, wherever you are, I bet you anywhere in the most of the world, you will probably be able to get the Porpoise. I know when I googled it, you can get it in other countries too. I mean, it's a Chinese brand, like everything these days comes from China. But I guess sometime we'll change and we'll put it to India as well. Anyway, the Koi Hobbyist, this one you only get in WA. So if you want that, you have to be in WA. But the Porpoise, you will get probably most countries. And both are the same, amazing food. And I'm not, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert in this. I'm not a nutrition expert. I just see what happens in my pond, and this is just my personal experience for my pond. It works better than Sakio Koi for my pond, to be honest. And the growth I will see in the end of year, or end of season, I'll have a quick measurement of a couple of my kois. I'll see how they're grown, but I see the colors are nice and vibrant, deep, and yeah, everything else, it's just good. I don't know, anything with the chemicals and nutrition value stuff. I just speak from my observations in my pond, and not from a chemist or biological perspective. So that is my take, my little review on the koi food I used this year, and I'm very happy with it, and can only highly recommend it to anyone out there. Good. I hope you enjoyed this little review and this video, and yeah, enjoy your hobby and stay safe out there. I'll see you next time. Bye.